it in. So for the sciatic exercise, we're looking at a spine stretch forward. Now this is focusing on your hamstring length, so we're going to elongate and stretch through our hamstrings. We're also looking at a little bit through our lumbar spine, so we're also going to lengthen through the lumbar spine. I like to start with my feet on the outside of the foot plate. You can also start with your feet on the foot plate, whatever feels most comfortable for you. When you start, really important to think that your lower abs are activated and on, so your belly button is going to draw in towards your spine. From there, you're going to come into a tree pose. So arms like you're hugging a tree. We're going to go work bilateral to start with. So you're going to go hip hinge forward, keep your belly button in towards your spine. Bring your hands towards the outsides of your ankles. Bring your chin in towards your chest, elbows towards your knees. You're going to hold this position for approximately 20 to 30 seconds. From here, you're going to slowly unroll, coming back up. Come back up to your tree. This is your start position. Now, let's take you through that a couple of times. What happens if you feel pain when you go down? Say I hip hinge forward. I bring my hands towards the outside of my ankles, and I'm feeling pain in my lower back. I want to modify this by coming out of the stretch slightly. So I may only, let's look at that again, hip hinge forward. I may only get to this position, and I'm feeling a really strong stretch through the back of my hamstrings. I want to stop there. I want to only take the stretch to where you are not feeling any pain. Now what if we're going to look at a unilateral side? So I'm going to stretch the left, and then I'm going to stretch the right. Same thing, come into a tree pose. You're going to rotate towards your left, or the side that you're stretching. Hip hinge forward, hands towards my ankle joint, chin towards my chest. Hold that stretch, slowly come out. Same thing, if you're feeling pain either in your back or excessive or more pain into your leg, I want you to ease back out of that stretch. So let's look at that. Into my tree pose, belly button is zipped in towards my spine. Rotate to the side, hip hinge forward. I may only get to just past my knee. I may not even get that far. I may only get to my knee. If I only get here, same thing. Chin towards your chest, hold that stretch, and then come back out. As you progress this, you're slowly going to be able to get more and more length through your stretch. The next muscle, which is really important to make sure that we keep nice and long, is our piriformis muscle. Now where is this? It's situated deep in the glute, and the sciatic nerve actually runs underneath the piriformis muscle. So we're going to look at a stretch. You're going to bring yourself to the base of the glide board, lie all the way back down. Wiggle your pelvis down to the bottom, head remains rested. You're going to put the side that you're stretching in the middle of the foot plate. The opposite knee is then, the opposite foot then comes onto the knee, and you're going to bend down. A little bit of overpressure from this hand on the knee maintains a good stretch. Only take that into the range where you're feeling it around about a 6 out of 10. Hold for 30 seconds and then push away. If we look at that on the other side, heel on the top of the foot plate, heel on the knee. Make sure your back is flat on the glide board. So what are we stretching? We're stretching through the glute, especially the deep piriformis muscle. My hand is going to apply a little bit of overpressure on my knee. Why do I do this? Because if you have a tight piriformis muscle and you come down, your knee is often likely to come towards your chest, which shortens the muscle, defeats the purpose of the stretch. So overpressure, make sure that I keep that length through the muscle, and then I'm feeling a really good stretch through my piriformis, holding for around 20 to 30 seconds and pushing away. Same implications here. If you take your stretch down through here, you're feeling more pain in through your glute or even into your back, you need to ease back off that stretch. Now we're looking at a lumbar spine stretch. Now this is really important to keep your thoracolumbar paravates, the muscles that run either side of your spine, lengthened. I've attached the pulleys to my glide board and I've made sure that the safety pin is in place. From this position, I've sat myself upright, my belly button is in towards my spine and my lower abs are active. From here, I'm going to tuck my chin in towards my chest. I'm going to slowly let the pulleys and the gravity on the pulleys bring myself forwards. Forward fold all the way. Keeping my bottom or my pelvis towards my heels. Hold that stretch for 20 to 30 seconds. To get out, I'm going to slowly uncurl, bringing myself back up to my start position. Important that you keep your belly button in towards your spine throughout this whole process. Let's look at that again. So, forward fold, chin towards my chest, coming down. Now what happens if I get here and my pelvis starts to lift? I'm actually not looking at lumbar spine stretch through here, so I need to make sure that I come back out of the stretch, draw my bottom back towards my heels, and then come down again. Now guys, the next thing which is really important is your abdominal strength. So we're going to look at your lower abdominal strength. Now if you think about your lower abs, they act as a corset muscle and they insert into your lumbar spine, giving you a lumbar spine strength and stability. So we're going to look at a couple of ways that we can work these to get that strength up. We're going to start in a resisted crunch. So I've got myself onto the glide board, my pulleys are attached to the glide board. I'm then going to anchor down, bring my feet or my heels up onto the base and slowly lower myself down. Make sure that your head is supported on the top of the glide board. From this position, you're going to draw your belly button in towards your spine and activate your lower abs. Keeping your spine flat, you're then going to come up into a half crunch and slowly back down. Let's look at that again. Half crunch, slowly back down. Now, really important to think about your breath and your breathing pattern. As I come up into my crunch, I'm going to exhale and breathe out. Holding at the top for 2. Slowly unroll, and I'm going to breathe in. Again. Exhale, hold at the top, and slowly unroll. Now, how can we progress this and make this slightly harder? We're going to come into a pullover position. So starting from the same position here, activating my lower abs, drawing my belly button in towards my spine. And then going to bring my arms over the top of my head to a full extension position. From here, belly button into spine, abs activated, pull over, lift up, and crunch. Hold at the top for 2. Again, slowly bring myself back down. Pull over, crunch up, hold at the top for 2. Last one, arms over, pull up, hold at the top for 2. Now, what can we do if you find this too tricky or difficult, or you're getting a little bit of pain into your lumbar spine? You can always drop the incline level down on your glide board. The flatter the glide board, the easier it's going to be for you. The next lower ab exercise we're going to look at is scissors. So, same position. You're going to get onto your glide board, coming down. Now I want you to start in a tabletop position for this, which means your knees and your hips are at 90 degrees. You're then going to slowly lower your heel down towards the floor. Coming back up. Now, important to note here, what if I'm feeling pain in my lumbar spine? Often, if you're feeling that, you're actually turned your lower abs off. You've gone into slight extension and you'll find that your lower back is not pressed into the glide board. Come back and reset. Tuck my belly button into my spine. Make sure that my low back is touching the glide board at all times. So as I come down, my back should not lift off the glide board. How do we make this harder? You're going to come into straight leg extension. So in the scissor pose, straight leg, heel towards the ground. Again, if you're struggling with this and you find the scissor extended leg hard, drop your incline level down on your glide board. The last abdominal exercise that we're going to look at is a side twist. Now this is also going to look at, again, your transverse abdominis or your lower abs and also your obliques, which are part of your abdominal cavity. To get into this position, you're going to make sure that you anchor down on the glide board first. You're then going to come into kneeling and sit your bottom back towards your heels. From here, you're going to take both handles into one hand, wrap the opposite hand over the top of the backhand. Your elbows need to be tucked in towards your side. So from this position, we're going to look at a rotation round to the side and back. Make sure that your head follows the movement pattern. Same thing here, really important that your lower abs stay on and really stable. I don't want to see any falling forward on the glide board like this, as you then come into a hip flexor pattern, which puts more strain on your lower back. Sit nice and tall, belly button in towards your spine, and rotate to the side. Now, how can we make this harder? We're going to extend our arms outwards. From there, we're going to draw around. Let's look at that again with an extended arm.